Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. Scorpio, this is a reading for the week of the 22nd of May. Oh, okay, cards are in a hurry. So firstly we're going to look at what's been going on for you. Then we'll look at the week of the 22nd of May, what the challenges might be and what might come in to help you. And thank you, Scorpio, for the likes and the shares and subscribes and dropping things in the chat. It makes a difference, and I'm really grateful for that. I hope these readings are helpful or insightful for you in some way, shape, or form. So it's nice to see and hear that people are out there. Okay, so what's been going on? We've got the Queen of Swords, the Moon, and the Knight of Swords. So a lot of thinking, maybe a bit of deep introspection too, because the Moon card talks about that. It's us sometimes looking at secrets, parts of ourselves, shadow stuff that maybe is a bit of a deep dive into your psyche, because you've got the swords either side of this. For some of you, you might have air sign around you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there's also, with this Knight of Swords, this feeling of, I'm hearing like a sharpness, and that's just a part of a storyline that I can feel and see in these cards of, there's a lot of truth, a lot of clarity, but maybe some edge to this. But it seems to centre around this aspect within you, Scorpio, of, we've got those parts in ourselves where sort of like one part of us would love to run and howl at the moon and, be wild and free. And the other part of us maybe would appreciate a nice fire and a cup of tea and our slippers and, being inside. So, and it's how we explore that. And of course we've all got free will, and we've all got our own individual natures, so we all move along life's journey in our own unique way. So that's what I can see has been bubbling along for you. So let's have a look at the week of the 22nd of May and see what the cards have got as showing. Knight of Wands, the Fool, King of Wands, Five of Wands, Seven of Wands. Whoa, wands everywhere. Now, just generally, for some of you, this could be talking about moving house, because the Knight of Wands does. It can sometimes be literally a shift or a move. But it's about moving on out energetically anyway. There's a restlessness here of being fired up, wanting to get going and have this new beginning. For some of you, you might be looking at starting a business, a new job. Feels like it might have a social energy to it, might be with others. I feel it's not something by yourself, what I can see here. But it would be almost you leading a group, if that's the case, if it is a group. For some, you might have a fire sign around you, which would be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. And there's this feeling here of you wanting to sort of move on and almost like run. You know how I said before, part of us wants to be outside in the wild wind and running, and the other part wants to sit inside and have a cup of tea. I'm feeling with these cards, it's like you want to be running at the moment. It's like, I want to be free. I want to feel that passion and that energy and that movement, and I want to get in amongst it and be with others and lead this. It feels very inspired, feels very new. So what's the challenge in this for you? And the challenge is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a tricky card because, from a distance, everything looks okay. And it can be a card that talks about nostalgia, things from the past, old relationships, childhood, and it can be sweet and pretty, and it can be looking at things with rose-coloured glasses and thinking back fondly, or someone from the past returning. There's a lot of emotion in this card. It's a cup card, which talks about those emotional energies. Now, because it's sitting as a challenge, Scorpio, maybe the challenge is going to sit with old emotional energies, perhaps something from the past, something where maybe you had an expectation of something, but in reality it fell short somehow. And because with all this fabulous, inspired energy that's showing up here, the challenge is going to be your emotional energy and not falling, I feel, into the old patterns, old emotional patterns of the past, or letting someone from the past affect you emotionally. Not saying don't have emotions, but it's how this emotional energy might, because it's a challenge, might trip you. Okay, so what will help you with that, Scorpio? What will help Scorpio, please? Six of Swords, Six of Wands. Yeah, beautiful. Ace of Swords. Oh, I'm liking that. Two of Pentacles. Anything else? No. So we've got Six of Swords, Six of Wands. So in terms of helping you deal with the Six of Cups, lots of sixes. And sixes are about, harmony, balance, which is interesting because this is showing up here, and I'm hearing the Ace of Pentacles is part of this as well. This is finding your balance, finding your emotional balance, and knowing your own self-worth, I feel, Scorpio. Not letting anyone chip at that. Not that they would, because you know who you are, I know. But there's a sense here of that's going to help you with that. And knowing how far you've come on this journey and who you are now. I feel for some of you, and of course this is general, it's not going to resonate for everyone, but there's a sense here of you've moved through a very challenging emotional energy, for some even maybe grief, and you've come through into this fabulousness now, where you're riding tall in the saddle, Scorpio. You know who you are, you know what you're good at. You are more than up for this challenge, I feel, to lead the group, because and for some of you, you might have even received an award. And I feel that's part of what's showing up with this work opportunity, is it's coming to you because of who you are, because of what you've gone through in your life, but also how successfully you've navigated that and come forward now and sitting in this role. And there's a very inspired energy here. You've got two aces on the table, which are all about new beginnings, Scorpio. And you find the balance. You know how to have balance here. You can manage things. There's a lot of passion sits within you. And there's a new way of thinking showing up here. So in terms of dealing with someone from the past or an old emotional energy from the past, I feel you've more than got that handled, Scorpio, because it's just, I'm hearing know who you are, and when you feel that and acknowledge it for yourself, you see the fabulousness of who you are. And then you step into this power and this new beginning that shows up here. So, Scorpio, I'm just going to close your reading out with a message from Spirit for Scorpio. Well, that spun out. I'm excited to see what that is. I need to look. Yeah, not surprised. Knight of Swords again. So the Knight of Swords has come out in two different decks here. Same card, and I'm really drawn to this eagle. I think it's an eagle. Yep. It feel. Oh, can you see that? I'll hold that. So the Knight of Swords as a message from Spirit and showing up already in your reading. The Knight of Swords, in its strength and in its power, is quick, agile thinking, clear communication, very direct, very, fast, rapid thinking, quick, inspired, talking, communicating, getting in amongst it. Brilliant energy. Imagine if you're in a debating competition. It's like your mind is firing on all cylinders and you have clarity in your words and your message and your communication, and you're keen to get that message out into the world, Scorpio. I just want to say it feels like, and there's speed with this, and the eagle is very much a Scorpio energy too. It feels like some humanitarian kind of passionate, something that helps others is the feeling here. Of course, this is general, so that's not going to resonate for everyone, but that's a vibe I'm picking up, a storyline that I can see threaded through here. It feels fantastic, Scorpio, and it feels like you're very clear. A lot of it's to do with very clear thinking and newness and passion. Yes. Well, have a fabulous week. If you did enjoy this, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.